Hold on, real quick. One time for Robotech. Yeah.
Sin City wasn't made,
Yeah. We in here. How y'all doing? My name is Hero. This is Coding with Strangers, and I want to talk about Drizzy Drake, Six God. I want to know what he's all about. I want to see if he's doing this thing. I've been having a lot of fun. For all you guys that are in the know, this is supposed to be a tech show, but I find myself talking about Drake, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Hero, why and how should we care about AI? Because when I tell you guys AI is going to ruin everything, we're starting to see some of the residue of that happening, everything. So let's do, for context, right? Two things. Last year, the Drake and The Weeknd came out with a song. And the song actually won awards and was nominated at one point to win awards at ceremonies. Cool story, but Drake and The Weeknd never made a song together. In fact, that song was completely made AI. The song's actually so good that the representatives for Drake and The Weeknd both came out together with a collaborative statement and totally scorched earthed it. Took it down, was seeking to punish said person who published and produced it. And it really begged the question, how far is AI willing to go? If you want to take this a little bit further and a little bit out of context, I want to say Willie Nelson, but it's not Willie Nelson. It's the comedian Garland. A podcast duo came out and wrote a script and then used AI to generate his voice to tell their jokes using his intellectual property, which was his voice and likeness and image. And that story caused them to be sued and have to take down the podcast and all of these things. But clearly our laws are not up to speed with what the technology can do. And now we've been faced with another situation. We have a controversy where currently right now, if you're not in the rap world, a bunch of old men. How old is Kendrick? How old is Kendrick? How old is J. Cole? These are nearly 50-year-old men. Am I being crude? How old is Drake? How old is Drake? Drake's 37. Okay. 40-year-old men and up. So we got a bunch of older men. You're too old to be arguing. Every one of them have kids. If you got kids, you're too old to be beefing. And that's why I really appreciate Cole's response, because he literally said it just didn't sit well with him. He doesn't care. Because Cole is right. He makes too much money to care. So for me, I'm sort of in that camp. Kendrick's verse was good to the extent where it's now overplayed because everyone uses that sound on TikTok right now. So I'm just tired of hearing it, and it's the same verse. Metro Boomin, I only know him because some of my other favorite artists, use his "If Young Metro Doesn't Trust You," right? So, and then Drake, he is the king of the category right now. As corny as he is, as some of the, dare I say, some of the audacious the audacity for some of the things he does and says on the mic, he's allowed to do because he's the one winning right now. He's the one at the top. He is the head honcho in this category. So to me, I didn't need this controversy, but if they're doing it in the spirit of just keeping up with the times, like when rap was good and shit like this, so be it. Whatever gets the people hype, whatever gets the little kids on Twitter talking, and what about this reaction? This is not what this is. What we're here to talk about today is the possibility that the response that Drake made to Kendrick Lamar's diss actually AI generated. And upon listening to the song, the first vibe I got for it was this didn't seem of quality. But if it was just being used to quickly turn around and have a response to the album that was put out, I get it. That's probably where the quality went. But in this situation, it might not have been a quality thing. It might not have been Drake. And that's what we're here to discuss. AI generated track are mudding the Drake versus everybody rap feud. Let's get into it, shall we? Shout out Drake. We got some Drake haters and some Drake lovers in the chat. Let me know what camp you fall in. Hashtag Drake, hashtag Kendrick, or whoever your favorite rapper is. Let's make this a debate. Drake's new track, Push Up, a diss directed at Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, The Weeknd, and others. Wow, damn. It was like 21 verses 1. And the others had the rap world buzzing on Saturday. Then shortly after, Rick Ross' response on Champagne Stories turned noteworthy. Unforgettable hip-hop heads of certain age were hit with a wave of nostalgia thanks to the way both songs were released. A clip of Push Up circulated on Reddit and Twitter before DJ Academics legitimized the track and played a studio quality version on his stream. Then Ross sent his response to Academics just hours later. The two veteran rappers, damn, they really are using some prehistoric time ass words. Veterans, nostalgic. Damn, Drake. Oh, now. They using some old school words. Then Ross sent his response to Academics later. The two veteran rappers took us back to the. Why is this person? Took us back to the house when songs weren't simply uploaded to streaming platforms at midnight. Big single, especially diss tracks, almost always went through a step-by-step process before the full version reached the public. Those might have ended up on the radio, on a message board, or a blog, and the people would play that poor quality version until they eventually got a studio quality file, then called a CDQ, referencing the now obsolete term CD. Oh my god. Wow, they are really throwing CD. If you know the word CD, you're an old bum. Fans in Drake's 36-year-old age range know the era for big clothes, rap, disses. Hey yo, I don't like this person. Who wrote this shit? Replete the Funkmaster Flex bombs and RapidShare files sharing links. Was Drake, who advertised his poetry book title Ruin Everything by taking out a full-page ads in the newspaper around the country's last year, trying to replicate that 2006 era energy? Questions still remain about how Push Up was released. Was the song intentionally leaked to gauge responses before stamping it as real? Was the Weeknd reference to leaks in Drake's crew on Future and Metro Boomin all to myself proven right? But the most troubling question is the first one we all had when we heard the first version of Push Up. Was it real or was it AI? This has to be like a question. Man, why the fuck they writing all this shit? We'll talk a little bit about it. Fans who were surprised that a song of this magnitude leaked, assuming that it must have been the work of AI, which is rapidly becoming more prevalent in rap world. TikTok has been awash in obvious deep fake Drake disses, which is why it is surprising that many fans wonder if a troll decided to write the lyrics for Drake's enemies recite Drake's enemy recites them and then transfer them into the rapper's voice still even before Academics' confirmation. Most listeners felt like the quality of the song, vocal inflections, and inside baseball reference to Kendrick's contract, and then the Weeknd's manager, XO Cash, affirms the track as real. So there's a bunch of things here that we can break down. One, those inside references are going to be known by a tight circle, and those we call that, if you guys are big on the rap battle scene, you feel me? Shout out to all the rap battle.
Bang.
Shout out to all the rap battles. Loaded Lux, Calico, all the people out there. we know in rap battle it's called oppo research for a reason, right? The ops, you do research on your ops, and to get this information so that you can push it out there and make it, well, like push out something that's been hidden, like the fact that Kendrick Lamar wears a size 7 in shoes. That means his Jordans, he gets his Jordans for cheap. I don't care what nobody say. I wear a size 15. I gotta pay for those inches. Do you think when Kendrick Lamar stands on his tippy toes, it makes a squeaking sound? That's hilarious. But that's like ops research. Like that's not something that the public will be savvy to. But the thing about it, which was kind of crazy, was we didn't hear much about this or anything else coming down the pipeline. And also the fact that like Drake didn't push this, he kind of made a trollish reference to it, but no one in his studio camp or no one in the beginning camp mentioned anything about this. Like his studio didn't mention it, the publishers didn't mention it, he hasn't outright mentioned it. But maybe it's because of the information that it should speak for itself. So maybe it should speak for itself. That wasn't the case with the subsequent fake Drake and Kendrick disses that appeared on Monday. These songs were much easier to sniff out due to the stiff vocals on Twitter accounts contended that Kendrick's song is uploaded, would be released April 16th, clearly trying to pass it off as the real thing. On Saturday, it is known in the known music fan scoffed the same fan who would think AI is sophisticated enough to replicate what we heard from Push Up. But there will be sophisticated enough replicates what we heard from Push Up, but there will come a day when AI technology evolves beyond even these experts' discriminate ability. And that will represent one more weapon in the toolkit of people looking to deceive the music world. Rap fans thirsty to hear the next barbs in the Drake versus the World gauntlet will naturally take a listen to these leaked disses of the off chance that they might be the real thing. And that's really what it's all about, right? It's clickbait. It's audio clickbait. If you put Drake's name on something, or Kendrick's name on something with a close enough timeline, you're gonna get 100 people to click on it. And if you are someone who has like 500 subscribers on YouTube, but you need to get 1,000 hours of listening time to be certified, this would be the easiest and cheapest way to do it. Try and make something fake and make it offline. And then this pushes back to the deep fake between Drake and The Weeknd from last year. That was a quality song. That song was actually phenomenal. And it's crazy because like the person who released it will never get the credit they deserve for it. But if that was a song that Drake and The Weeknd brought out, it would actually have done numbers. Last year, an AI song created named The Ghostwriter dropped a fake Weeknd and Drake song called "Heart on My Sleeve." The plan to submit for a Grammy after Push Up AI is presumably the only way we'll hear anything resembling a Drake and Weeknd collab. Eventually, the song was pulled from the streaming, and label have put a protection in place to prevent the commercial retelling of AI vocals. Universal Music Group, which houses Drake and Weeknd, asked DSP to block AI services from utilizing their platform to build their database. And last October, the music publisher Universal, Concord, and KCO filed a copyright infringement lawsuit against AI company Anthropic, setting a precedent for how the industry infrastructure will deal with AI services. But these developments haven't stopped people who's decided to use AI for fun of it. Even ghostwriters recently released a full-length project of AI music. The fake track may also step on the approaches that the artist planned to explore in the real disses. Will fans accuse the artist of using fake disses for help if they hear similar lines? And while we know Drake and Kendrick are already at odds, what happens when AI creators decide to create dissonant between the artists who don't have problems. To cause, imagine revitalizing the beef between Biggie and Tupac. That's actually pretty crazy. AI creators decide to create dissonance between artists who don't have problems. There are artists less adjudications than Kendrick and Drake who may be fooled by an AI diss towards them, lash out and say something another artist they can't take back, and then things will get real before they even really know it. That's actually a great point to leave on. Damn, I didn't even think about that. So here are my thoughts on this. What's stopping them from having a Prince and Michael Jackson beef? What's stopping them from bringing back Tupac and Biggie beef? But to have someone say something, and we know that some of these people, if you want to think about the gutter rap mother lovers, like the Littles and the Babies and the drill rappers, literally the name of their art style of rapping is to do a drill, which is to take out one of your ops and then put them in the song to brag about how you took them out. So to know that someone could make a AI track of something like that, and now we got blood in the streets because of a fake diss track, and people not having enough internet literacy to be able to discern the difference, it really should cause people to take pause. The only thing we're banking on here is that the people who make music don't get savvy to this or find integrity in doing this. The moment it becomes mainstream, the moment the locals will do it. I think hopefully artists have enough integrity within themselves to not rely on this, but the cognitive dissonance won't matter, because we know some people people have been shot for less than a diss track, right? So even if the perception of bad will or disrespect might be enough, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know, but as a person who sits here today thinking, what would I give to hear Chester Bennington scream into a mic from Linkin Park one more time? What would I give to hear that again? What would I give to know that could be recreated, right? So there's so much good that could come from this, but the fact that we're using the angle that we got right now to talk about a little bit of rap beef, it does revolve around a higher question, but I could ramble all day on this. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that the whole AI cognitive dissonance is getting out of control? AI is definitely getting out of control. And when money's involved, things get resolved very quickly. That lawsuit stopped all that shit from happening. But that's not the case for small-time streamers, and that's probably not going to be the case for small-time artists either. Do we need to take further precautions into doing this? The answer is absolutely yes. But Kendrick Lamar, Drake, is Drake about to Thanos snap all 21 of these people? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Good timing.